Because our next session takes us into a fast-changing world of affiliate marketing. Gone are the days of simple banned ads and promotion codes. Today is all about ethical growth, compliance, and building trust in a tightly regulated market like Hong Kong. This panel brings together marketing and compliance pros who will share what really works when scaling affiliate program responsibly. With that, let's welcome our moderator, Angelos Gregoriou, the CEO and co-founder of Dynamic Works Syntellicore, to lead the conversation.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I am Angelos Gregoriou, the CEO and co-founder of Dynamic Works. Dynamic Works is the technology provider behind Syntellicore CRM and Rebate Core IB and affiliate system. For the past two decades, we have been building technology and in the last 10 years we have been focusing on the financial organizations. So we're connecting the front office, back office operations, and client and partner management into one ecosystem. We are at the point where everything is connected. So affiliate marketing and partner structures are topics we deal with every day. And that's why we are here. I'm really pleased to moderate this discussion. It's actually a fireside chat with a great professional, Nicholas Baumer, the Chief Commercial Officer at Tickmill. Before we start, I'd like to give my fellow Nicholas a moment to introduce himself.
Thank you very much, Angelos. So my name is Nicholas. I'm here to represent Tickmill today. So just a quick intro about Tickmill. We've been around for over 10 years, multi-asset, multi-regulated and whatnot. And yeah, we've, partnerships is a key cornerstone of our business, and happy to elaborate a bit more on systems, commercial operations, etc.
In your opinion, Nicholas, how has affiliate marketing evolved in your experience, and particularly across the fast-changing area?
I think that the way it's changed is that the demands of the partners has changed a lot. So obviously payouts, regulation, support. I think the key term here is support. Gone are the days where it's just like, give me a payout and that's it. They often look to, how are you going to support and grow my business? So at Tickmill, one of the things we do a lot is we take smaller partners and we help grow their business. So we look at it, try to think of it as like a long-term project with people, like a true partnership. So I think that's the key differentiator, key evolution is that, retainers, marketing supports, media buying supports, customer service support, etc. So it's become truly more of a partnership rather than just a one-way, I'll send you clients and that's it.
Would you like to give us some insights on how you elevate your support to brokers, like a few tips on important things that brokers need to take care when they're dealing with affiliates or IBs?
I think that the key cornerstone. So it kind of ties into your area a little bit about what kind of platform do you use to where does the affiliate log in? So I think that sharing information about their clients is important. So if you really think about how can you maximize the value of your clients, it's like, okay, the guy sent his documents, he didn't deposit, signed up, still has to send documents. So there's a bunch of stages in your life cycle. And I think that the more transparent you can be, obviously from a GDPR compliant perspective, but the more transparent you can be and share, the better the true professional partners can then really help their conversion rate and make sure that the clients are up and running, are trading. And so any problems, any friction in that process can be identified. And on top of that, it's obviously just growing the business, right? So you can be a great trader and teacher, but you don't know how to run ads on Facebook or Google, for example. So there's a lot of expertise, a lot of data that Tickmill and other brokers obviously have accumulated over the years that affiliates and partners simply don't have access to. So by partnering together, it's a win-win for both. We get more clients, more traders, better traders, and then they get to grow their business.
Did you receive requests where maybe an affiliate or an IB requested to have a white label with you? So give me something that is my brand, for example, to promote my business, and how would you handle it?
Well, if they want to start their own broker or white label it, that's not the type of partner we're looking for. So I'm sure I've gotten every question I think possible under the sun. But white labeling is something we would simply say it's not interesting to us. I think Tickmill is the brand. We're very proud of the brand. Obviously, everyone's going to say that, but like it's true. And I think we look for partners that take care of that other part, which is training, educating, helping people get into the exciting world of trading. And I think that's what they should focus on.
Yeah, true. But we've been seeing requests like that with brokers we're working with. Yeah.
Well, you see it as well. Like, for example, who is it? Like one of these Funder Pro guys, or start your prop trading shop in like 15 days or something like that. So there's more and more of a need. Like you have the partners, they have their traffic, or the savvy ones know how to get their traffic. So then they obviously want to start building their own platforms as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely. That would be more business for us.
that's great. Yeah, you need a good CRM. So
Yeah. So the profile of partners, it keeps changing. Is it IBs or affiliates that you prefer most? Where do you see the most value today?
Well, personally, I think for Tickmill, the IBs are the better match, I think, for a broker like us. So it's win-win. So if you bring good clients, people that know how to trade, if there's longevity, it's in our interest as well as the interest of the partner because they end up making more money. So from that perspective, IBs is also less risk for us from a cash flow perspective. But I think that if you're the type of partner, though, that is very heavy on media buying, then the affiliate or the CPA, let's say, route is a preferred way. You want your money up front to pay for your traffic costs. But if you ask me, obviously, I think the IBs are the preferred option for us in the long term. But of course, keep in mind, Europe and the UK, these kind of things are not allowed. So obviously, UK and the EU, we're also quite active. And so, CPA or affiliates, so upfront payments is the way to go.
And how do you decide who's the right partner and maintains compliance alignments with them?
Yeah, that's hit and miss. But you look for track record, you look for reputation. So we are quite selective, I would say, sometimes too selective. But we're quite selective in the people that we choose to work with. So you look at, okay, what's the quality of the education? Are they active? How do they treat their clients? You look at their Telegram channels, you look at their websites. You get a sense of does this guy know what he's talking about? So one of the things that when we talk about marketing and things like that is okay, the founders of Tickmill are traders. So all our guys, the whole board, all have experience to varying degrees, either in hedge funds, stock exchanges in London, in Chicago, etc. So we like to pride, but we know trading, and so when we know people in the business, kind of look at each other, people, and so. Obviously, those are the people that are attracted to our product. We're attracted to their ability and education level. And I think that's just the best way to filter. If you offer good service, then we want to work with you. Unfortunately, there's a lot of scammers out there, a lot of people that want to make a quick buck. Usually you can fish them out and, try to avoid them.
Talking about scammers, how would you detect or maybe classify an affiliate or an IB who is introducing clients who are potentially, some percentage of them are fraudulent clients?
So our brokerage team is very sophisticated, so I'm not allowed to say much about it, but there's quite some interesting ways using machine learning and whatnot where we look at patterns of behavior of clusters of traders. And you look at IPs, you look at various factors, and that helps us determine, let's say, fraudulent or coordinated trading activity. That's one. And the guys are pretty advanced with that. The other side as well is you just look at commercial behavior. So the guy deposits, he doesn't trade. Why doesn't he trade? So affiliates trying to scam you, or they just park money, say, hey, I'll give you deposits, but no trading behavior. So that kind of comes out itself. So then you just have to legally protect yourself and say, look, if there's no no honey, no money kind of thing. But if there's nothing there to make it worth our while, then you just cut the relationship immediately. That's
So
it.
what, for example, let's say that you have an ID who introduced 100 clients.
Yeah.
99 of them are legit, and one of them is fraudulent, but you lost a lot of money from him. How would you handle it?
If we lose, if we can clearly, and we at Tickmill we only shut down a client if we're pretty much 100% certain, and we can prove that there's clear abusive behavior, that it goes against the terms and conditions. And we're pretty. I don't think we're that rigid on it, but we're pretty understanding, of algorithmic traders, and we have a lot of EA guys and stuff like that. But I think that if it's clear abuse, we will just cut off that client and tell the IB this client is no longer able to trade with us, and that's it. We'll continue welcome the other business, but make it very clear that this does not continue.
Yeah, being straight is you showing my more professional face, front face, then it protects you from going forward, because news spread, and obviously you'll receive less fraudulent clients and potentially IDs.
But
So
generally,
it's
I think many people don't realize how sophisticated the systems have gotten nowadays. So we're able to very easily track, or we can clearly see patterns of behavior, even if people are hedging with other brokers and things like that. At some point nowadays, there's so much data, you can really start seeing patterns. So the systems have gotten very sophisticated nowadays. So it's rare that someone can get, scam and get away with it without us finding out. And I think that goes for other brokers as well.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you, are you running multi-tier networks?
Yeah, there are some.
How would you handle them? Are you using third-party technology, in-house technology?
So at Tickmill, for the affiliates or the people on CPA, we use something called Sell Experts. So that's quite well-known system. Sorry, Angelo, we haven't used your system. And for the IBs, and also for the multi-tier systems, we built that in-house, so to fit the Tickmill needs.
How would you handle, for example, a tier that we go down for many levels? For example, our systems support unlimited levels.
Okay.
How would you handle someone who's exhausting, let's say, the money that you could pay when it goes down in levels?
So I think that because the way our system is set, we have 3 levels. So with Sell Expert, we don't go that far. So it's only 3. It's something we're improving on. We're going to 5. But I think that people that want unlimited, so if it's really like an MLM kind of a situation going on, again, it's not the type of partner that's, I think, suitable to us. Let me put it like that. So
Okay.
I think it's a kind of a bridge. Like, you want to accommodate to up to a point, but at some point their business models clash with what we want, which is just trading and volumes. So yeah.
There's one way I can share with you, just in case you decide to support more levels, and we do support them. So you can give commissions from top to bottom, and you can support certain levels, and then from a level downwards you can stop, and you can support from down upwards. So that's an idea that we implemented. It's finding its way into many brokers. So
I think in general, it's a good system. Like, there's also, I like the concept of the master IB, right? So anyone that knows, and so master IBs give the guarantee of payouts. Obviously, there's a lot of scammers in this business. Payouts, are you going to get paid at the end of the month, etc. So the concept of a master IB is appealing to a lot of smaller IBs. So being able to accommodate those big players like that is definitely an interesting avenue. It's growing. I know a couple of those guys, but of course, they need them. The level of customization that you may need at some point can become overwhelming, and have to keep it in mind.
And they're demanding. and many we've seen many affiliates being also tech savvy. They have their own API systems. They read data from the affiliate system, and they want to. They become very aggressive sometimes. So webhooks are sometimes not enough. So they want to read the list of customers and their deposits and everything using API and do their thing with their system. So that's something that we've seen as well. So there's the tech savvy and the non-tech savvy.
What kind of info are they pulling? So when they want an API connection, what are they actually how do they use the data?
They, for some reason, even if they have webhooks and they can see who is registering, who is approved, or we can give them webhooks at a certain stage of the journey. They still want to read their list of deposits, for example, their transactions, their list of clients. So for some reason, they insist that they want to read them, and sometimes it's thousands.
But then they pull it into their own CRM, or what do they do then? So they set up their own email flows and things like that, or what do they do?
They use external systems that they choose. Maybe their own internal systems that they build with their teams, or maybe they're just systems that are out in the market available for them, just for their own use. Yes.
Yeah, cool.
It was probably they're working with multiple brokers. They want to consolidate everything, so that's the case sometimes. Would you like to share with us any challenging story with an IB, any challenging program, for example, you've managed, and how you overcame these challenges?
Well, challenging, it's... I wouldn't say it's challenging, but I think what is an interesting one, maybe I can call it a success story more. And it was kind of a long journey over a couple of years. But just to give you an idea of what my first point was about partnerships. So we opened an office in Kuwait 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this is in partnership with a partner, obviously, a guy called Ahmad Al-Mozawi, great guy. And so this guy started out, small academy. A couple of years ago, it was 10, 20, 50 clients a month, maybe something like that. And that process has grown over the years. We supported him, we funded him with different projects and seminars, things like that, marketing support, marketing, data and everything like that. To the point where now the guy's truly become a partner. We set up an office together. He applied for a license, so we're fully legal and above board, obviously where we have to be, but in Kuwait as a new market. And it's actually very exciting. So even a country of 5 million people, so partnering up with, the Arab mentality is quite that, you have to work with local people. They have to trust you. You have to meet them. It's quite a process. You can't just come in as like a Estonian, British company or a Belgian guy in my case and say, hey, let's do business. You have to meet people, build trust, build relationships. And I think that's been a journey of a couple of years, and it's actually the template of a very nice partnership. And so I'm actually personally one of the highlights of my year, actually, that we did that. So is it challenging? Yes, it takes time. The paperwork is enormous, the deals, the contracts, you have to think of so many contingencies, but that was incredibly rewarding, and it's already paying off tremendously for us. So Kuwait is growing like hell, and hopefully more like those kind of deals.
So the challenge there was the regulatory framework on how to regulate this framework, or
that, and also the paperwork. So obviously, when you partner up with someone, they get to use your trademark. You have to think of all contingencies. Are they going to, because you start associating yourself very closely with one another, and so they, is there possible damage to the brand? You have to think about what, all the different scenarios, like. If they damage the brand, they do something that's not compliant. We take compliance incredibly serious. We work with regulators. We have to. We want to. It's important for our shareholders. But there's just a lot of things that, a typical IB or affiliate relationship is kind of straightforward, right? Okay, you're going to send me these clients. There's all kinds of disclaimers. We'll give you this support, etc. You make money, we make money, everybody happy. But when you go to that next level, there's so many additional points that come into play, the revenue sharing deals that you do, the kind of payment. It's just everything is different, and you have to think about so many things, and that's really the challenge. So the contract was quite intense, but we got through it, and It's good.
And this is saying that trust is gained by time and actions
Yeah.
of the others. So those 2 years help you gain more trust and then more trust to each other
Yeah.
and build a more solid relationship.
Definitely. So that is kind of the term. I mean, I prefer to work with a couple of very close partners. I think it's better. I support them. I mean, there's one thing that Tickmill has, if you think about it. We have money and we have data. And so working with a select few people and growing those relationships is actually much more worthwhile than trying to manage, 10,000 active partners. You can only do so much.
Yeah. So what KPIs or indicators give you confidence that an affiliate program or an IB program is sustainable, and how would you monitor it?
Profit. So money in versus costs. That's it. And
Simple as that.
Simple as that. So it's we're here to make money. Obviously, then you start thinking the details. I won't go into it here, but obviously you look, okay, over what time frame, right? So revenue is generated over commissions, etc., is generated over several months. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. But if you see there's multiple KPIs that you look at indicators of intent. So if there's trading volume, there's a good trading profile, let's say, diversified, normal, natural, and then you think, okay, everything looks good, you give it a bit of time, and ultimately look at how much revenue versus how much your cost was, and as long as you're plus, it's good. But then what you realize is, then the more volume you have, averages take over, and then you have a couple of whales, very big traders, and they really make a big difference in your total profit. So.
Are you using AI to predict which ones of your partners will be the most profitable or the most valuable for you?
Not yet. Today it's a lot of gut instinct. So the gut feeling, unfortunately, today, I wish I would call it AI, but I'd be lying. Our AI is at the moment in risk management. We're quite sophisticated there. In terms of the affiliate risk management, that's just common sense at the moment.
How would you think you would train a model, or you ask your team to train a model to predict which of your affiliates will be the most valuable, or maybe cause the most damage?
I think, like any machine learning you would do, is you have to put a bunch of the more inputs you have, the better. Location. So one of the things is, for example, where are the affiliates from? Where are the clients from? So there's clear risk profiles. So Europe is very straightforward. Other countries in Asia can be more problematic. There's Latin America, etc. So regional differences is one big thing. Then I think you look at the speed, the trading profile in general. So I would say geographic location, and I would look at the trading profile. So you look at all the inputs. What are they trading? How often are they trading? How quick are they losing money? How slow they're losing it or making it? And I think that gives you an indication of longevity. So I always say, if you have natural trading behavior, you're going to be fine. We'll work with you, we'll figure it out. And I think that your AI and the definition of quality needs to center around that. If you send us normal traffic, normal traders, you're going to be fine. And then you add a geographic, let's say, filter on top of it. Because it's just, unfortunately, it's clear, but there's certain regions that are very clearly problematic, and you see that as well with like other brokers. If you look at the XNESs and everything like that, like certain regions, they just don't accept traffic. It's as simple as that, because they know the risk is just too much.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
by the way, how would you do it? You see a lot of brokers. What would you do?
I would gather aggregate information from many brokers to train the model, and one of the things I would do, I would have studied the behavior of the past. So the patterns of the past will give me an indication of what's to come. So I can see how the path went in the past for a certain IB or affiliate and their clients. And I will use this information to predict what could probably be the case in the future. But I would also use everything you said.
There's another interesting story. That's a quick one. I won't name the broker because I'm here to promote Tickmill, not other brokers. But it's a very big one. They're very well known, and they have a pretty big data team. So this I thought was generally very cool. So they start analyzing the profile of the trader based on the website behavior. So if a trader or a visitor from an affiliate comes to the website of said broker, they start looking, okay, what pages are they visiting? Are they looking at trading material? Are they just looking at bonuses? Are they looking at contact page? Are they just like clicking away instantly? So that behavior on the website is already creating a certain score and a prediction of the lifetime value of that trader, which I think is very cool. Actually.
Yeah, that's of course it's very interesting, and one of the things that we do in actually we're coming out, we're launching a behavior analysis or a anomaly detection system, and we are studying the behavior on the website, but we go down to the firewall logs and the server logs and the CRM logs and deposits, withdrawals, even the failed logins, the attempts of something fishy on the URLs or on the forms of the system. So there's so much information, and they are scattered, that you can collect and make them valuable for a business. And this is the bet is not, only to just say that I use AI. The bet is to use this scattered information for your benefit, because there's so much hidden back there that sometimes no one knows what's happening. So that's key in the AI. And everything is changing, and we know that. It's now given that our lives are changing. Our lives as software vendors, and your lives as our potential customers or customers. They're changing because of these new technologies. Yeah, it's a totally different era.
Humans are incredibly predictable. So if you look at Facebook, we think that we're these very free will type of people, but actually, if you collect enough data points, we're 100% predictable. And so it's just a matter of collecting all the data that's fragmented across your deposits, payment behavior, website behavior, trading behavior. If you collect enough points, actually, then you're going to have a very high accuracy rate of predicting fraud or problematic behavior. It's a numbers game.
I know a story that happened in the US and elected the president about, I think, 10 years ago or something. That was based on collected data. And that's what brought us GDPR in Europe. So, nice story. So, would you like to tell me your most successful story with an affiliate or IB program?
Well, that was the challenging one. So the most challenging one was also the most successful one, I'd say. So I think I'll stick with my story of our Kuwaiti partner as, I think, a huge success and something that we're replicating in other regions as well.
So an affiliate or an IB who is becoming a tight partner or an actual partner.
Yeah. So quality over quantity, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what are you seeing? So, I mean, you've got your finger in a lot of pie. We didn't prepare this, but I want to know, like, what are you seeing from the other brokers? Like, what are trends that you see that maybe weren't there, let's say, a year or two ago?
I think I've seen everything. We're working with over 90 brokers, and we have seen brokers wanting to work only with affiliates. We saw brokers that build call centers with their affiliates. We've seen brokers who are working with only one IB, and that's it. And although they understand the risk, they are bound to it. We've seen brokers working with I've seen networks of 10,000 IBs in one network. So that was a technological challenge that we overcame as well. I think we always see unpredictable stories.
But is there like a pattern, something that you see, like if you'd say like, okay, as a broker, you would start your own brokerage, or you broker at your own firm, and then you would say, okay, what's the one most successful metric that you see? I get it, there's guys with one IB, 10,000 IBs, but what's like something that the most successful ones do? Besides using your software,
yes,
obviously.
The most successful ones are the ones who have high net worth clients, not too many, like let's say 2, 3, 4,000 clients, retained clients with very high deposits, and they work closely with those clients. So it's quality over quantity, like you say.
Yeah, cool. Makes sense.
That's, I think, the most successful stories I have seen in this.
Makes sense, yeah.
And it's less costs for the brokerage, so they
Yeah.
don't need to run a 1,000 employees call center. They're just running with a compact team, making sure that they make the clients happy, they're regulated, trusted, and they offering liquidity as well to.
I think it makes sense because, like, at Tickmill and other brokers, I mean, you hear a lot of stories. Like, it's that 80-20 rule. Like, your top 20% make 80% of your revenue. Actually, at brokers, it's actually much more concentrated. So I won't go into exact numbers, but yeah, so 20% is kind of generous. So, like, it really, this business is driven by, for many brokers, is driven by your top clients. And so what you're saying just kind of confirms the trend situation with most, let's say, the bigger brokers that we know of.
Yeah, we agree. I think time is up.
Amazing.
So, would you like to add something as a closure comment?
No, it's all good. Thanks for the
I
chat.
think we said a lot. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you very much, Nicolas.
Thank you, Angelos. All right, thank you, everyone.